Welcome to another beautiful edition of Baseball, District 28 5A Baseball, as we're live from San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Southwest Dragons, just close to the pit, the Dragon Pit. That's right, the football stadium adjacent here to the baseball stadium, as we have District 28 5A Baseball between the CC Winn Mavericks and the homestanding Southwest Dragons. Dragons are coming in 5-0 in district play, unbeaten under the direction of Coach Brian Myler, and they're 9-2-1 overall, 5-0 for the CC Winn Mavericks. They're coming in at a record of 8-3 overall and 3-2 in district play. They took care of McCullum on Saturday, 11-0, as both teams are getting introduced for the Mavericks. There's the visiting team. It's going to be John Salcedo hitting first, leadoff, and playing center field. Hitting second is number 3, John Martinez, the shortstop. On the mound for Coach Heriberto Royce is the senior, Paulín Delgado. Hitting fourth, the first baseman, number 19, Matthew Mata. Hitting fifth is number 8, Hector Cavazos, and he is playing third base. Behind the plate for today's game is Caleb Hernandez, the freshman, who's hitting sixth. Isaiah Chavarria is playing right field and hitting seventh. In hitting eighth is Juan Junior Cruz playing second base. And Sebastian Perez is the DH for the left fielder, Trey Palos. That's your lineup for the CC Winn Mavericks. For the Southwest Dragons, the homestanding Dragons, hitting first, David Samudio, and he's playing left field. The second baseman, Raul Zuniga, hitting third for the Dragons. Romeo Castillo, the third baseman. Julius Castillo is the cleanup hitter for the Southwest Dragons, and he's playing shortstop. The DH for the pitcher, Alex Rico, is going to be number 1, Joaquin Zamora, batting sixth, and playing right field is Giovanni Amador. And hitting seventh, number 24, Matthew Peña, who is playing first base. Antonio Flores is behind the plate, catching today for Alex Rico, and batting eighth. Batting ninth is number 2, Jaden Alfaro, and he'll be playing center field. That's your lineup for the Dragons, as we get you this broadcast on a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. It is 7:57 in the afternoon. It is windy. I'll get you guys the forecast here. It is 86 degrees, high of 86, low of 59. We got sunny conditions, winds gusts up to 27 miles per hour, with clear skies and a chance of baseball. And that's your forecast for today, as we give you, brought to you by our good friends at Eagle Pass Dental Clinic. Playing of our national anthem. as we get ready to play ball, we want to thank all our advertisers. Valdez Tire Record Service at 522 North Pierce Street, 757-3102. Nevarez Law Group, 780 East Rio Grande Street. Also want to thank Chance and Lee's. We're going to be at Chance and Lee's on Thursday. We got a busy, busy week. Also want to thank our good friends over at Eagle Pass Dental Clinic, 1606 East Garrison Street, 830-757-1508 is the number to call. Make sure you guys share, follow the the broadcast. We're also on our Now You Know YouTube channel. You can go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, send it out to all your friends and family. And of course, on Facebook, Now You Know Eagle Pass. District 28 5A action as the Mavericks travel to San Antonio on this beautiful afternoon, spring break week. Also, A&S Industrial Services at 975 2nd Street. And as the Eagle, excuse me, as I was mentioning, we're going to have a busy, busy week this week. Of course, today we have, we're here in San Antonio as we give you the Mavericks versus the Dragons. Then we head over to Eagle Pass tomorrow as the Central Catholic Buttons, the TAPS state champions of a year ago, visit Eagle Pass and duel it out against the Eagle Pass Eagles as they took care of Medina Valley on Friday, 5-3 to start their district 29-6A 2-0. As I mentioned here for the Dragons, they're coming in undefeated in district play. 3-2 for the Mavericks. As we get the first batter, it's going to be John Salcedo, going to be leading off for the Mavericks. Salcedo stands in at the right-handed batter's box. First pitch, he sees, swings it, towering in the infield, and under it is the shortstop for out number one. So one pitch, one out for Alex Rico. And now John Martinez, the shortstop, steps in. First he sees it's outside, strike one. On deck is the pitcher, Paulín Delgado. Rico looks in for the Dragons. That one fouled off, out of play. And Martinez is in the hole. No balls and two strikes. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Misses outside, ball one. Talked to both coaches before the game. Asked them what the three keys to the game for Coach Brian Myler. Basically said, don't give him extra outs. Timely hitting. Outside makes it even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And get ahead of the count for Coach Royce. Almost the same. He just said we passion. That one outside, missing. 3-2 now. So 3-2 count on its way. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three is Martinez goes down swinging for out number two as Rico records his first strikeout. Coach Royce basically said, "Purpose, passion, pride is just three keys to the game." It was very simple, as we talked before the game. Now Delgado comes in. As I mentioned, we got a busy week this week broadcasting. Delgado swings and misses strike one on the outside pitch from Rico. Tomorrow we're in Eagle Pass as Central Catholic visits Eagle Pass, and then we got Del Rio Eagle Pass softball. The Lady Eagles try to stay unbeaten. That one stays outside ball one, as they play an early game at 2 o'clock. So we're going to be broadcasting that, and then we have our overtime sports show from Chance and Lee's at 6 o'clock. So catch that. And of course, Friday that one rocketed foul. That one hit sharply. It's 308 to the foul, to the left field foul pole, 308 to the right field foul pole, and to dead center field is 375 with Old Glory flying from east to west. There's a side breeze here, gusting. So 1-2 pitch from Rico coming up. That one, this is outside ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, evens out the count. And as Delgado sees ball 3, so runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So draws a walk. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. So the courtesy runner over at first base, I'm trying to get the number over there. It's Rojas, the courtesy runner. He takes his lead for Matthew Mata. Rojas takes his lead. Rico takes a peek. First pitch, swinging Mata to the shortstop. And over to second. Castillo to Zuniga for the force out at second. 6-4 for the third out. And that retires the Mavericks here in the top half of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. As we go to the bottom half, Zamudio, Zuniga, Castillo due up for the Dragons. Also, we are still looking for advertisers for the soccer by district game against the Eagles and the Clemens Buffaloes, as that one is on Friday. So if you're wanting, your business wants to get on our broadcast, call me at 830-968-2010. to bring you that game live on Now You Know Sports. Now you know. So we go to the bottom half for the first. Nice and windy here at Southwest. As Delgado is warming up. The walk up songs. Zamudio is leading off in the bottom half of the first inning. As Delgado and he starts him off with a strike. That one in the turf. Ball one ball, one strike. That one misses. Ball two. Actually, ball three. 3 balls and one strike on the leadoff hitter, Zamudio. 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Want to thank our camera operator for doing such a tremendous job on the camera, getting you all the sights as I give you all the sounds. That one misses outside. He gets to watch baseball. 3-2 pitch on its way from Delgado. And just misses outside. Walks the leadoff hitter. Brings Zuniga. Delgado checks the runner over at first. Runner goes. Caleb throws down to second. And that one's right on target. And gets the runner stealing as Hernandez, the freshman, gets Zamudio 2-4 for out number one. And ball one on Zuniga. Southwest Dragons batting average is team batting average 268. Their on base percentage is 403. They are 6-1-1 in at home. They're 1-1 away. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes on the hitter. Just an update: the Eagles lost against. They played today. That one misses outside. The Eagles lost 10-9 today against. They played over in. I'll get that right now. There's a lot of things going on. So 3-2 now. That's the second 3-2 count. As they play today, another non-district game. That one to third. Cavazos over to first. To Mata for out number 2. The 5-3 for the second out. After they go back on the road next Tuesday against LBJ. So I was trying to get to Mares Septics. I think our good friends also at Eagle Pass Dental Clinic, Dr. Hector Alvarez. We might have some technical difficulties with the earpiece. Of course, in UIL varsity level, that you can use a transmitter to transmit the signals or whatever it is that you need to transmit to your catcher. Now the hitter is Romeo Castillo. So ball 1. Misses high, ball 2. Also, don't forget Eagle Pass Little League Baseball D35. They are registering right now over at Peter Piper Pizza from 6:30 to 9. Make sure you guys go by there. That one lifted into right field, going back is Chavarria all the way to the wall as Castillo turns first into second with a stand-up double. So make sure you guys go and register. You can also register online. Online registering. You can go to the Facebook page and you can find the link for the Facebook page, or excuse me, for the online registration. But if you want to register um, in person, you can do that today and tomorrow from 6:30 to 9 over at Peter Piper Pizza. As Delgado checks over to Castillo, as Julius Castillo steps into the batter's box. It's the cleanup hitter. Twins, maybe, or brothers. That one to the shortstop, Martinez, over to first. As Castillo's retired, 6-3 for out number three, and that retires the Dragons here in the bottom half for the first with no runs, one hit, no errors, and one left on base. With one complete in the books, still 0-0. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back. Thank you guys once again for joining us as we are live from San Antonio, Texas. Dragon Lane, Southwest Dragons, the home of the Southwest Dragons. District 28 5A action. As I was mentioning, the Eagles were in action over in Davenport today. The Davenport Wolves, they played over there. 10-9 was the score. As they come home and play tomorrow at 5:30, back to back. And we'll have that live on Now You Know Sports. Now you know. So the third baseman, Cavazos, leads off the top half of the second for the Mavericks. Rico on the mound still. Misses outside, ball one. DeAndre Daniel here with us as he's our camera operator. Getting in the sights for you on the field. That one in for a strike. Avid baseball fanatic. Loves baseball, passionate about baseball, and what better way to spend his spring break on the diamond watching some baseball. That one to the shortstop. Over to first. That one was not able to get corralled by Peña over at first. It's Castillo. Not sure if they're going to call it an E6. Oh, as he reached on for Caleb Hernandez, the freshman catcher. Over at first is Cavazos. Turns, is bunning towards first base, moving the runner over. Doing his job is Hernandez. As Rico, the first baseman, made the play, fielding his position. 1-3 for out number three, a sacrifice bunt. Moves the runner over to second for Isaiah Chavarria. Situational hitting was one of the things that they talked about. And to move the runner in scoring position as Chavarria down to third. A nice, well played bunt. Gets on. And Cavazos comes around as the Mavericks get on the board. Playing some small ball is Coach Royce and the Mavericks as Chavarria laid down a nice bunt. over to the third base side. Rico fielded the ball, an infield hit, and the Mavericks get on the board 1-0, playing some small ball for Juan Cruz now. As Rico takes a peek over to Chavarriba, the sophomore, over to first, not in time. Coach Salinas over there protecting him. And catches the outside corner, strike one. Ready there with you. We didn't have our color commentator today. Couldn't make the drive, but we'll have him tomorrow and the following day. To third, 5, 4, 3, double play. That's Cruz hits into the 5-4-3 tailor-made double play. That ends the inning for the Mavericks here in the second. As they score one run on one hit, one error, and no one left on base. We go to the bottom half. Zamora, Amador, and Peña do up for the Dragons. Make sure, don't forget to share, like, and follow our Facebook page. Now you know Eagle Pass, as we have our news, sports, and entertainment, and our YouTube channel also. Now you know EPTX, as we're bringing you sporting events, news, and entertainment with our professionals, Veronica Peña, we're in the bottom half of the second inning. I want to thank our Valdez Tire Record Service, also A&S Industrial Services, 975 2nd Street, Eagle Pass Dental Clinic at 1606 East Garrison Street, Chance and Lee's Pizzeria at 1296 Del Rio Boulevard, and Nevada's Law Group at 780 East Rio Grande Street. If you're in an accident, call Nevada's Law Group. So Zamora is leading off. And Zamora looks at a strike. Misses outside. Nice pitch. It misses again. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the hitter, Zamora. In the bottom half of the second. That one fouled off, finds the parking lot. Evens out the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the hitter, Zamora. 5th hitter in the lineup. And that one just misses. runs the count full. That's the third batter that he runs the count full as Delgado. And another walk. That's his second walk that he issues. He walked Zamudio back in the top of the first. And when you have 110 pitches, you got to utilize those 110 and not get behind on counts. Giovanni Amador. A few years back, 2017, 2018, I remember another Amador that played here, Amador. I'm not sure if he's related to him, but bunning his way on as Coach Brian Mutter is trying to take a page off of Coach Royce's, as Amador was trying to bunt Zamora over to second. Strike one. Shows the bunt over to first. Not in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike. On Amador. Delgado looking over to Zamora as Zamora was taking a healthy lead over at first. Showing bunt. Foul ball. For the best discounts for all your favorite live sporting events, concerts, visit besttickets.com and use promo code OVERTIME24 at checkout. That's besttickets.com. Delgado comes set over to third baseman Cavazos over to first as he feels it. Moves the runner over to second in scoring position as Amador does his job. Sacrifice bunt. 5-3 for out number one. And Matthew Peña will come to the plate. Want to thank all the athletic directors and principals and from both all Coach Wagner over at Southwest, Coach Villaseñor from Eagle Pass, staying in contact of what's to come as far as all the events that we got covering with Now You Know Sports. As Delgado comes set from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Flores is on deck for the Dragons. That one missing low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Delgado comes set from the stretch. That one fouled off to the screen. Stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here. Delgado comes set, checks the runner over at second, and just misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the hitter. Peña. Runner at second. Runner in scoring position. Delgado checks the runner. The pitch misses outside. And another walk draw. Coach Royce has a couple of words for the home plate umpire. Just, kind of giving him. Some of those outside pitches have looked like they've painted the corner. That one misses outside for Antonio Flores, ball 1. So Delgado has been around the plate. Runners on, runners at first and second. Zamora at second, Peña at first. As Delgado comes right back, right down the middle for a strike. Runner to third as Caleb throws the third, not in time. As Hernandez blocked the ball, kept it in front. Runners do advance on the pass ball. 2 balls and 1 strike on the hitter, Flores. So now making a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. They're 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. And misses the outside. Now runs the count full. 3 out of the 4 batters that he's faced in this inning has gone to full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Flores. Delgado looks in. Misses outside. The third walk issued. Coach Royce will come out to talk to his pitcher. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more after this. As we're back. And coming at the bat for the Dragons here is number 2, Jaden Alfaro, the center fielder. Strike 1. That's been a pitch that he's hit consistently. It's a consistent pitch that he's hit on that outside corner. And Delgado, bases loaded with 1 out. Curveball misses. Ball 1. Leadoff hitter David Zamudio is on deck. As I mentioned, the Dragons are 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. They had an opportunity in the bottom half of the second, or in the first, excuse me. That one lifted. Foul. That opportunity with a double from off the bat of Castillo. And weren't able to get them in. So they're 0 for 1. They have another opportunity here with bases loaded, runners in each of the bags. Juice full of dragons. 1-2 pitch on its way. Misses high inside ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're going to be live tomorrow from the Leopoldo Polo Moncada Baseball Stadium in Eagle Pass, the Student Activity Center, as the Central Catholic Buttons come into town. That one to the second baseman, Cruz. To second, over to first for the double play, the 4 unassisted double play. So Cruz, Junior Cruz, makes a play, 4 unassisted, 4-3 double play. And that retires the Dragons here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 Dragons left on base. As we go to the third for the Mavericks. It's going to be Perez, and then the top of the lineup, Salcedo Martinez due up. It's a 1-0. We're in the top half of the third. I want to send a shout out to our good friend Gabriel Villaseñor. So on the top of the third inning. The Mavericks lead it here. So Perez will lead off the inning. Perez is the DH for Palos. Rico in his third inning of work on the mound for the Dragons. That one way outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter, Perez. Rico, the windup. Misses outside, ball 2. Runs the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the wind is gusting here. Anything to the power gap in left center field will carry. That one misses outside, ball 3 on Perez. The 3-2 pitch from Rico. Swing and a miss. Strike three is Perez goes down swinging for out number one. That's his second strikeout for Rico. So John Salcedo, who flew out the first pitch of the game to the shortstop, that's his second at bat. So he's 0 for 1 today. The bunt popped it up. Nice catch by the catcher, diving as Salcedo's retired for the second out of the inning.
Next up for the Mavericks, number 3, Martinez.
Always great baseball to see both of these teams, as both coaches before the game had a little nice chat with them. And of course, it's, when two coaches respect each other, respect the game of baseball, you have those kind of conversations with them. As Rico in his windup catches that one outside, ball one on Martinez. Martinez struck out swinging his first time up. He's 0 for 1. I want to thank, of course, our athletic director from Eagle Pass ISD, Coach Eric Villaseñor. Also, Coach Wagner from the Southwest Dragons. Called them up, sent them an email, said we were going to be here. We're going to be live. Come on in. That's the second baseman. Yeah, Zuniga takes care of that one, 4-3 to Peña for out number 3. That retires the Mavericks in the top of the third as they go 1, 2, 3 in order. 2.5 in the books for the Mavericks. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. As we go to the bottom half of the third for the Dragons, leadoff Zamudio, Zuniga, and Castillo. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Now You Know Sports. As we're back live from San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Southwest Dragons, the Dragon Lane Southwest High School. Now You Know Sports. Freddie there with you, alongside my camera operator, DeAndre Daniel, giving you all the sights as I give you the sounds today. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. It is a nice 84 degrees. It's windy, clear conditions. Wind up to gusting up to 28 miles per hour. First pitch over to Cavazos. Cavazos over to first as Samudio gets retired 5-3 for out number 1. It is clear skies, as I mentioned, nice and sunny, with a chance of baseball. That's your weather forecast from our good friends at Valdez Tire Record Service, 522 North Pierce Street Catch us on Now You Know Eagle Pass on Facebook. You can share it, like it, follow it. Also, our YouTube channel, Now You Know. You can go to Now You Know and make sure you guys share that to all your friends and family wherever you're at. They can watch the game for the best discounts for your favorite live sporting events, concerts. Besttickets.com. Use promo code overtime24 to order your tickets with no convenience fees and no extra fees. Just the price of the tickets. Zuniga, three balls, no strikes. Finally comes in with a strike right down the pipe. Zuniga grounded out to the third baseman. His first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. Oh, missing low. That's his fifth walk. I guess Romeo Castillo's walk-up song is Peanut Butter Jelly. Nice little runner at first is Zuniga. Castillo, who had that double over the right fielder's head. Chavarria is about, I would say, about 3 or 4 steps from the warning track with the ball carrying ball one. Misses inside, ball two. Hit by a pitch. So runners at second, first and second for Julius Castillo.
Go for the Dragons. The brother, Julius Castillo.
That one gets through the hole. One run will come in. Throw over to third. Not in time. That ball gets away. As another run will score. Zuniga comes in. Castillo comes in on the throw to third and gets away from the Cavazos as Castillo gets an RBI single and goes over to second on a throw to third. And the Dragons take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom half of the third for Joaquin Zamora. First pitch swinging. That gets down for a hit for Zamora. And around third is Castillo. Comes in to score the third run in this bottom half of the third for the Dragons as Zamora gets an RBI single.
Number 13, Giovanni Amador.
So Giovanni Amador, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the second, he's 0 for 1. So we're in the bottom half of the third with one out. Runner on at first. 3 runs already in for the Dragons. Shot to as Palos gets under that one for out number 2.
Next up for the Dragons.
Yes, Amador flies out to left field for out number 2. That retires Amador with runner at first. Zamora does not tag. Matthew Pena now, who drew a walk in the second. It's a 3-1, 2-run lead for the Dragons here in the bottom half of the third with 2 outs. Comes inside ball 1 on Pena. That one fall off to the screen. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the hitter. That one to the shortstop, Martinez over to second for the short out. As Pena so Zamora is retired over at second on a force out. 6-4 for out number 3, and that retires the Dragons here in the third as they plate 3. 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We completed 3 from San Antonio. Three one to score. We go to the top half of the fourth as the Mavericks will send Delgado, Mata, Cavazos due up for Coach Royce and the Mavericks. We'll be back with more after this. Now we're back to live action as we're going to the fourth. Delgado Mata as Rico starts his 4th inning of work. Delgado drew a walk back in the first. Ball 1. This is outside, ball 2. Eagle Pass Dental Clinic at 1606 East Garrison Street. Call them up at 830-757-1500. Dr. Hector Alvarez and his staff, proud supporters of Eagle Pass Athletics, always supporting the youth of Eagle Pass. Rico, the pitch, that one hit into shallow left center field for a hit as Delgado gets on with a single.
19. Mata.
And Rojas, the courtesy runner, will come in for Delgado. For Matthew Mata, who reached on last time up, he's 0 for 1. Hit into a fielder's choice. That one, belt high, strike one. Rico comes set from the stretch. Rifles up the middle as Mata gets on a single. So back-to-back hits for the Mavericks. A single for Delgado, single up the middle for Mata, and Cavazos, who reached on an error and has the lone run for the Mavericks back in the second, will come up to bat with runners at first and second and no outs here in the top half of the fourth. A bunt, and that one is foul. And as I was mentioning earlier, don't forget that today the Eagle Pass Little League Baseball open registration continues today and tomorrow at Peter Piper Pizza from 6:30 to 9. $70 per player, along with a copy of the birth certificate is required upon registration. Cash only. You can also register online. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. T-ball ages 4 to 6. Coach pitch 7 and 8. And then you get into the minors 9 and 10, majors 11 and 12, juniors 13 and 14, seniors 15 and 16. So don't forget, visit their Eagle Pass Little League Baseball Facebook page. Rico comes set from the stretch, shows bunt, takes it away. Ball 2. Rojas at second, courtesy runner for Delgado. Over at first is Mata. Runners at first and second. Checks the runner. Is Rico. Misses outside. Ball 3. So the catcher calls time, and there's a meeting on the mound for the Dragons as they try and settle the pitcher down. They have a 2-run lead here in the top half of the fourth. The Winn or Southwest is up 3-1. The Mavericks are 1-1 with runners in scoring position. So Alex Rico comes set with a 3-1 pitch on its way. Runners at first and second. And misses the bunt there. Playing some small ball here. Coach Royce. So 3-2 pitch on its way from Rico. Runners will probably be going at that one outside low and outside ball 4. Draws a walk. Bases loaded. Juice of Mavericks. As coach will come out to talk to Rico. And we're going to step away real quick. This broadcast is brought to you by Valdez Tire Record Service at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. 757-3102 is the number to call. A&S Industrial Services, located at 975 2nd Street. Also, our great friend, Eagle Pass Dental Clinic, 1606 East Garrison Street, 757-1500. Dr. Hector Alvarez, his family, great supporter of Eagle Pass Athletics. And our good friend, if you're ever hit by an 18-wheeler, guess what? Call our good friend over at Nevada's Law Group. And call him up. I'll get you that number here in a bit. 830-352-9025 is the number to call. That's Nevada's Law Group. Still looking for advertisers. So Caleb Hernandez, who had a sacrifice bunt back in the second, moved the runner Cavazos over to in scoring position. Did his job. Now bases loaded. Rojas at third, Mata at second, Cavazos at first. And that called a strike on the outside corner. So Hernandez looks for a fastball here from Rico. That one catches the inside corner, strike 2. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded for the Mavericks here in the top half of the fourth. Down 2 runs, 3-1. Rico the pitch. And rifles that one. That one goes fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. A runner to third as he is tagged out at third. A 2 RBI for the freshman Hernandez. Ties up the ball game. Brings in Rojas. And Mata comes in. Cavazos gets thrown out at third. 7-6-5 for out number 1. And he gets himself a double. A 2 RBI double. And ties up the ball game at 3-3. For Chavarria. The runner at second. They're going to leave Hernandez over at second. Takes his lead as Castillo kind of, the shortstop, kind of comes call time. So safe to say that the Mavericks are 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Chavarria, who had an infield hit. That one inside for strike one. That one gets through the hole as Hernandez is coming around third in to score. As Coach Royce being aggressive on the base pads and bringing in as Chavarria gets an RBI single. Makes it a 4-3 game here in the top half of the fourth. As Junior Cruz comes up to second baseman, the sophomore. It's a young, talented team here for CC Winn. They're young. The lone senior as Cruz pops that one up. Give chase is Castillo and falls foul. So Cruz, who hit into the 5-4-3 double play to end the second inning, is 0 for 1. As Rico, one out here in the inning. 3 runs already in for the Mavericks. Come set. Bunt right in front. Flores will take care of that one. Flores pops out from behind the plate, takes care of that one. 2-3 for out number 2. Chavarria moves over to second. We'll give him a sack bunt.
Number 4, Sebastian Perez.
Sebastian Perez now comes at the bat for the Mavericks with a runner in scoring position. And tries to add one more as we're in the top half of the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike one. Struck out his first time up back in the third. For the Dragons in the bottom half of the fourth, they got Flores, Alfaro, and then top of the lineup. That one ripped, drawing to the foul territory and into the glove as it's tracked down by Samudio and into the glove in left field for out number 3. And that retires the Mavericks in the top half of the fourth, scoring 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. As I mentioned, Flores, Alfaro, Zamudio. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Now You Know Sports. Now you know.
Antonio Flores.
And we're back live. As you got Freddie Day on the call, yours truly, and our camera operator DeAndre Daniel, giving you all the sights on the field today. As Delgado will start his fourth inning of work. We're in the top half. We're in the bottom half of the fourth, with the Mavericks leading 4-3. So Flores is behind the count. As Delgado is ahead. No balls, two strikes. That one fouled to the screen. Delgado on the windup. Curveball to Martinez, the grounder. Over to first for out number one. 6-3 put out for the first out. Bringing up the center fielder, Jaden Alfaro.
Next up for the Dragons. Number 2, Jaden Alfaro.
First pitch, Martinez makes the throw a little bit too high over and into the dugout. A great get by the shortstop Martinez, as he could not hit Mata over at first and threw it over his head and into the dugout. As Alfaro gets on. There's a great get by the shortstop, Martinez. Got to the ball behind the second base. Instead of making that play, kind of turning, and he kind of came back around, got off balance, but nonetheless made a great play. David Zamudio now, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, throws into into center field. Center fielder over to third. Not quite sure how they played that one, as Delgado was trying to get the runner Alfaro. And over to third is Alfaro. A bunt, squeeze bunt. No play for Cavazos at home. Ties up the ball game. Great play by Zamudio, as he gets on an infield hit and gets an RBI, as he brings in Alfaro to tie up the ball game at 4-4. So both coaches are playing small ball today, as we're tied here in the bottom half of the fourth. Runner first for Raul Zuniga, who reached on a walk and grounded out to third. That one, as Mata safe at first. So nobody was covering second. Mata was trying to get over to second. And Zamudio gets on, and Zuniga gets on an infield hit. So runners at first and second with one out. For Romeo Castillo, who has a double to right field. Time is called by the catcher, and he got hit by a pitch in the third as he has a double with a run scored. Delgado checks the runner over at second, misses, ball two. That one misses high, ball three. Don't see any bullpen action for the Mavericks. Runners at first and second with one out here in the fourth. Ball tied 4-4.
Chuck, let's go.
Well, we have the base umpire going and talking to the senior pitcher. And strike one on Castillo. Try to get the 4-1-1 on 22 and 11 if they're brothers, if they're twin brothers, or if they're just brothers. Castillo is swings and misses, strike two. That one gets through as Zamudio will come in, play at third base, an RBI double for Castillo. Zuniga all the way to third on that. And Castillo with an RBI double as they take a one-run lead, 5-4. So it is the brother, Julius Castillo. I think he heard me. So still one out here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runs already in. Checks his swing. So 3 in the third for the Dragons and 2 here in the fourth. Runners at second and third. That one popped up as Palos will left field will get under that one. Tagging over to third. And they did count the run. So Zuniga comes in, and that one will count before the play was made as Castillo flies out to left field, and a 7-6-5 double play to end the inning for the Dragons as they score 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and no one left on base. They take a 2-run lead as we go to the 5th for the Mavericks. Saucedo, Martinez, Delgado due up for the Mavericks in the top of the fifth. You're listening to Freddie Day on Now You Know Sports. Now you know. We'll be back with more after this. Now we're back live as the Mavericks here in the fifth, top of the fifth, chasing 2 runs as they're down 6-4. 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth. For the Dragons, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth. That one right back to the net as Salcedo is 0 for 2. Flight out to the shortstop, flight out to the catcher. Quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. That one misses high. That one missing high. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the leadoff hitter, Salcedo. Freddie with you, alongside DeAndre Daniel, our camera operator, giving you all the sights as I give you all the sounds of the game. Misses outside, ball 3. Runs the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Not very many of those counts for Alex Rico on the mound for the Dragons. He's had a couple of guys that he's gone full count today. He does have a couple of strikeouts, has a couple of walks, has sprayed about. That one lifted and gonna find foul territory as he sprayed 5 hits, giving up 4 runs. So 3-2 now, 3 balls, 2 strikes on the hitter Salcedo. Don't forget to make sure to send the Facebook page to all your friends and family. Draws a walk, Salcedo.
Next up for Mavericks. Number 3, Martinez.
So now John Martinez, the shortstop, who's 0 for 2, hit to struck out back in the first and grounded out to second base in the third. And that 1-2-3 inning for the Mavericks as he squares the bunt. Bunts it right back to Rico. Rico looking to first only, as that's the only play as he feels his position 1-3. As he Martinez does his job, moves the runner over, sacrifice bunt. 1-3 put out for out number one and brings Delgado, the senior, who back in a 3-run inning started off the inning with a single to shallow left center field. Salcedo takes his lead over at second, excuse me. A healthy lead. Rico comes set. First pitch swinging. That one, he's going to find the parking lot. Strike one. Rico comes set, checks the runner over at second. The pitch. That one rifled to third base, gets through. It was a hot shot towards third, and Castillo right under the wickets. As Salcedo comes to third. Paulín Delgado, another single, and Rojas, the courtesy runner, will come in to courtesy run for the pitcher for Matthew Mata, who had a single in the fourth and a run scored in that 3-run inning. First and third, one out. Misses high, ball one. Checks a runner over at first. Rojas. That one gets past the catcher Flores. A run will score. Salcedo comes in to score on a pass ball. The runners advance to second, and of course, another run scored. Makes it at 6-5. Two balls and no strikes. As Alex Rico comes set from the stretch. Rojas over at second, takes his lead. That one fouls it off. We're in the top half of the fifth. That one lifted and will find the seats. Foul ball. Mata. That's rifled and will into the glove of the left fielder, Zamudio. Rojas stays over at second, flies out to left field for out number two. Hector Cavazos That one, first pitch swinging for Cavazos, flies up to the first baseman. Under it, Peña for out number 3. And that retires the Mavericks here in the top half of the 5th as they score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6-5 to score. We go to the bottom half. Zamora, Amador, and Peña do up for the Dragons. We'll be back with more after this.
First up for the Dragons.
All right, we're back live as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. As the Mavericks are down 6-5 as we're in the bottom half of the 5th. Zamora, 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter in the inning. Reached on walk at the second. Got a single, an RBI single. That one lifted foul. So quickly in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter in the inning, Zamora. We play 7. We're in the 5th. 1 run in the second, 3 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th for the Mavericks. As the trifecta for the Dragons, 3 and 3 in the 4th and the 5th to take a 6-5 lead. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one lifted foul. Did it? Yeah, the blue one? Where did it hit it? Oh, okay. As long as it hit the brown one first. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Strike 3. He gets Zamora looking for out number 1.
Next up for the Dragons, lucky number 13, Giovanni Amador.
So now Giovanni Amador, who sacrificed back in the second, flied out to left field in the in that 3-run third. Sees ball one. Finally catching that outside, finally getting that outside corner called. One ball, one strike. That one fouled off. It's a bit windy, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Wind gust up to 29 miles an hour. That one lifted to left field. Palos goes back to the warning track. In the warning track, as Amador is retired for out number two. So Matthew Pena, who walked back in the second, hit into a fielder's choice in the third, and he's 0 for 2. Well, 0 for 1 with a walk. As Delgado misses low ball one. It looks like he's at 85 pitches. 85 right now for Delgado on the mound. So one ball, one strike on the hitter. Jam-packed week of sports out of Eagle Pass. Today we're on the road, bringing you CC Winn versus Southwest District 28 5A matchup. A run as over the outstretched hand of Palos as Peña gets on with a double, a 2-out double.
Next up for the Dragons, the catcher, number 8, Antonio Flores.
Tomorrow we're at home in Eagle Pass as we bring you Central Catholic versus Eagle Pass High. And then we are live from the South softball complex as the Lady Mavericks play host to the Queens of Del Rio in a District 36A softball matchup. The Lady Eagles took care of United on Friday, 19-0. Swing and a miss. Flores walked back in the second and grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth. 2 outs, runner at second. Misses high, ball one. And then, of course, on Friday, we're at Schertz, Texas, as the Buffaloes of Clemens will take on the Eagle Pass Eagles. 20 years since the last time the Eagles made it to the playoffs in soccer. And that year, the head coach was just a sophomore as he played varsity level soccer back in 2005. Was the last time they saw the playoffs, and the player who Ray Reese is now the head coach as they start the Texas high school soccer playoffs. Time is called. One ball, two strikes. On the hitter, Flores with a runner at second is Peña. Delgado misses high. Ball two. The balk is called. No pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. As that balk was called on the pitcher Delgado. That one fouled off. Stays in the count, even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yes, Flores calls time again. The hitter digs in, right-handed batter's box. 2-2 pitch on its way. 2 outs. Strike three as he freezes him with a hook. Curveball that freezes Flores for out number 3. That retires the Dragons here in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the 6th. The Mavericks have Hernandez, Chavarria, and Cruz due up. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Rea on Now You Know Sports. Now you know. We're back live. Top of the 6th. 5-6 to score. Down by 1 as the pitcher for the Southwest Dragons, Alex Rico, is at 69 pitches. it's 110 pitches, the max. We're in the top half of the sixth with Hernandez, who's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a double back in that 3-run fourth inning. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Hernandez, the freshman. Swing and a miss, strike two, excuse me. I want to thank everybody that's logged on and tuned in to our YouTube channel. Now you know. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it to all your friends and family to bring you live action. Also, go to our Facebook page, Now You Know Eco Pass, to catch your news, entertainment, and sports. Pitch that one into center field. Center fielder under that one. Alfaro, as he squeezes that one for out number 1.
Next up for the Mavericks, number 6, Isai Chavarria.
So Chavarria. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Fouled it off. So in the count. Behind the count, no balls, 2 strikes is Rico. Just looks to waste the pitch here as the catcher is set up outside. Fouls that one off, stays in the. I mentioned earlier, make sure you guys go out and register that one misses high, your son or daughter. Is the Eagle Pass Little League baseball has registrations today and tomorrow from 6:30 to 9 at Peter Piper Pizza. Open registration continues tomorrow, Tuesday. T-ball 4 to 6, coach pitch 7-8, 9 and 10, 11, 12, juniors and seniors. Strike 3 is that one catches the inside corner. Chavarria goes down looking for out number 2.
Next up for the Mavericks, number 7, Juan Cruz.
You can also register online if you can't make it out there. Make sure that you go to our Facebook page and go to the link league.bluesombrero.com. As Cruz is 0 for 2, hitting into a double play and a sacrifice bunt back in the 3-run fourth inning. Ball 1. Lifted into shallow center field. The center fielder coming in as Alfaro takes care of that one for out number 3, and Cruz is retired. It is a 1-2-3 inning for the Mavericks here in the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. Alfaro, Zamudio, and Zuniga due up for the Dragons. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to Freddie Day on Now You Know Sports. Now you know. We're back live. District 28-5A baseball as the Mavericks travel on this spring break week to pay a visit to the Southwest Dragons. As the Dragons are unbeaten in district play. As Delgado starts his sixth inning of work, he's got 96 pitches, I believe. He's got 110, so he's probably going to face maybe a batter or two. Yeah, as Alfaro sees two balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch misses as Alfaro draws a leadoff walk here in the sixth.
Next up for the Dragons, number 5, Chucky Samudio.
As Coach Royce will come out to the mound, talk to Delgado. As he has a meeting with his whole infield, talking about the situation here, trying to get out of the inning as he's close to the 110 mark. Now, David Samudio, who walked in the first, grounded out to third in the third, and get an infield RBI infield hit. In the fourth, in that 3-run fourth inning for the Dragons. Alfaro over at first. First pitch to Zamudio is a strike. out at first. Nice play as Caleb threw out Alfaro. A strike called. A 2-3 put out for the first out. He threw somebody out over at second, which was Semudio. So he has 2 putouts today for Hernandez. That one misses outside. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The grounder, Martinez charges over to first. Safe at first. As Zamudio was racing down the line and gets in for another infield hit. Zuniga is 1 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored in this game.
Next up for the Dragons, number 6, Royal Zuniga.
We're in the bottom of the 6th. Score is 6-5. Southwest is leading by 1. Zuniga as Hernandez gobbles that one up behind the plate. The ball outside. Just to give you guys some information on Friday, the send off for the soccer team for the high school. They can join and cheer them to the playoffs at 11:45 at Eagle Pass High School. That's on Friday, March the 21st. Runner goes. Runner to third. As Zamudio goes from first to third. Swung and a miss, strike 1. So asking if he had fouled that one off. So Hernandez kind of checking with coach. Time is called. As Coach Royce will come to talk to the home plate umpire about the batter swinging through the ball. Not asking for some help. Not sure if so 3 balls and strike 1. So 3-1 now the count. Runner at third. Trying to get some insurance here in the bottom half of the 6th for the Dragons. Runner goes, bunt, foul. Zamudio was headed to home on a squeeze bunt, on a squeeze play. Zuniga, 3-2 count, 1 out. So now Delgado decides to go from the stretch and misses low, ball 4. Runners at the corners. And I believe that's the last batter for Delgado. So 1 out, runners at first and third at the corners. As Southwest leads by 1. And Coach Royce will get another pitcher in. As we'll close the books on Delgado. So 5 1/3 for Delgado. 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, 8 hits given up, scattered, and 6 earned runs for Delgado. And these two runners on base are charged to him with 1 out here in the 6th. As we have Matthew Mata comes in relief here in the bottom half of the 6th. So we'll be back with more after this. So we're back, and they load the base. They intentionally walk Castillo to get to Julius Castillo. So loads up the bases here in the bottom half of the 6th. So Castillo has an RBI single back in a 3-run third. Flight out to left and hit into a 6-3 put out back in the first. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Mata, ball 1. Fouls that one off. It's a One ball, one strike on the hitter, Castillo. As night falls here in San Antonio, 8:12 in the evening. It is getting nice and cool here. 77 degrees, feels like 71 with the wind still the wind at 15 miles per hour southeast winds. We had gusts up to up to 30. Currently windy 15 miles per hour from the southeast. But with a chance of baseball. And that's the weather report brought to you by Valdez Tire Record Service. That one popped up straight. Infield fly rule is called as Martinez will get under that one for out number 2. So infield fly. For the second out. So Joaquin Zamora struck out his last time up. Had a single RBI single in that 3-run third inning and walked in the second. Looking to add some insurance here. Ball one high. And to Martinez. Martinez will go to first. For out number 3, as Cavazos is over at first base. So Zamora 6-3 put out for out number 3, and that retires the Dragons. They leave Dragons on the base pads. They leave them juice. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 3 left on base for the Dragons. 8 runners left on for the Dragons here as they have a 1-run lead going into the top half of the 7th. For the Mavericks in the 7th, Perez, top of the lineup, Saucedo and Martinez. We'll be back with more after this. We're back live, District 28 5A action as the visiting Eagle Pass CC Winn Mavericks are down by 1, 6-5 as the new pitcher for the Dragons. And you can close the book on Rico. That's number 21 hitting for So trying to see who the pitcher is for number 2 is the pitcher. That's Jaden Alfaro. So Alfaro comes in from center field. So 6 innings. So Alfaro comes in to close the game. And number 21 for the Mavericks is Perez as he goes down swinging for the first out.
Except for the Mavericks. Number 1.
So Alex Rico pitched 6 innings, scattered 6 hits. Three strikeouts. Three walks. And 4 earned runs. 5 earned runs, excuse me. Salcedo, the leadoff hitter, has 2 strikes quickly on him. We're in the 7th now. Top of the 7th. That one ripped foul. Finds the parking lot here, Southwest High School. Swing and a miss as Alfaro gets his second strikeout and his second out here in the 7th.
Next up for the Mavericks. Number 3.
John Martinez, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, sacrifice bunt. Alfaro, the lefty, misses low, ball 1. Alfaro, the windup, the pitch, misses outside, ball 2. Want to thank our sponsors, our advertisers, Baldes Tire Record Service, misses low, ball 3. Nevada's Law Group, Eagle Pass Dental Clinic, A&S Industrial Services, strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike on the hitter Martinez. 2 outs. The 3-1 pitch on its way. That one hit to the second baseman. Over to first. And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. As the Mavericks 6-5, the final from Southwest. What a great game as the Mavericks make the trip. So 6-5 is the final. As we'll thank everyone who joined us tonight on the broadcast from San Antonio, Texas, as the Dragons take the District 28 5A victory over the CC Winn Mavericks 6-5. Thank you once again for joining us on Now You Know Sports. Freddie there with you, DeAndre Daniel on the camera. Thank you for everyone that's watched on Facebook, YouTube. Make sure, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be live again from Eagle Pass, Texas, as we bring you some more baseball. And it's an on-district game between the Central Catholic Buttons against the Eagle Pass Eagles. From all of us here at All American Media and Now You Know Sports, thank you once again. Good night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Till next time, you're listening and watching Now You Know Sports. Now you know.